So we're now up to Tribal Village.
You can see the crocodile there.
Oh, they also have saltwater crocodile dito.
Ayan, mga kamami bear.
But where?
Crocodile
Ayun sa loob.
Asan ang crocodile?
Nakadip.
Ayun, nakadip siya.
Di makita.
Maliit lang, maliit.
Saltwater crocodile. Ah, nakita ng
Ah, ito yung jackfruit.
This is the jackfruit. Jackfruit is not ripe yet.
Have you tried eating jackfruit?
No, I've seen it in the YouTube. It tastes like watermelons and some banana essence.
What is the color when ripe?
Red. Red, right? Red,
Red.
and white. Jackfruit.
Gak.
Parang load. Yak. Masarap. Ang sarap.
Not yet ripe.
No, hasta ahora no. Maduro.
So, pupunta na tayo ngayon sa Tribal Village.
Hello.
Ito yung second cycle ng butterfly daw.
Second stage.
Saan? Kaya madaming ano,
Oh, ayan na siya.
madaming dahon-dahon. Saan ang
Ito
caterpillar?
siya larva. Ayan
Ayun.
larva. Ayan po siya. Oh.
Larva kangkong.
Larva. Ayan.
Mga kangkong.
Palawan Village. Palauan daw yung mga... So, mga Palauan daw yung mga tribes. Palauan yung name ng tribe nila dito.
Forever rich.
Yan. Welcome to Palawan. Palauan. It's Palauan Village daw. Hi!
Hi! ¿Cómo estás? Bien?
Si!
Si. Ayan ang mga village, oh. Ano ginagawa nila ate? Kasayaw?
Hi!
Nagkain sila ng baboy ramo. Ayun ang baboy.
Ayan ang ating mga Palauan.
Having a 10 to 15 minutes cultural sharing with the tribe. Then I will be the interpreter here because they have their own dialect. So here in mainland of Palawan po, we have here the three major tribes. So we have the Tagbanwas from central to north, the Batak from north to Puerto Princesa City to the third Arcan. They are the Palauan tribe. So Palauan tribe are the original inhabitants of the southern part here in mainland Palawan. So since 1976, this village became their temporary home or shelter. They stay here temporarily, but they go back home in the mountain if they want. Actually, they just come and go. If they want to go home, they will go home. If they want to stay here, they will stay here. It's up to them po. Some of them stay here for a couple of weeks or months. The others just 1 or 2 nights. After that, they will go back home. It's 200 kilometers away from here. Then what we have here in this area, this is a livelihood program for the tribe. At the same time, here we are
Ang
able to
layo pala
encourage
nung
them to
pinupuntahan
continue
nila,
practice
guys.
their rich cultures and traditions. If they want to go home po, they don't walk. Hindi po sila maglalakad. They take public land transport.
Okay.
She will give you something, and then after you see it, pass it to your seatmate or pass at the back. So, mom and sir, those are bagtik. It's one of their very important traditional products. So, bagtik is a sap or a resin of almasiga tree. Dagta po yan ng puno. So, almasiga tree is a huge tree that can grow in higher elevation only at least 2,000 feet above sea level. Mom and sir, that's the main ingredients of
Resin.
making our fiberglass, varnish, nail polish, and paints. Bakit? So in the mountain, this is their native backpack. They use this to carry their product like the bagtik. They just put the product here. And if it's full, they tied it up here like this so the product won't fall. She said and if it's heavy, kapag mabigat na, aside from a shoulder strap, they have a head support to carry more weight. Okay, then back in the mountain, the tribe, they love music. So they have their own musical instrument. They have that one, their native drum, they call that gimbal. So gimbal is made out of hollow wood that they carve. On top, they cover it with animal skin. They also have an abong drum, the bigger one, those smaller ones are sana. So the tribe, they believe with the sounds of gong, echoes in the mountain that they can communicate to the spirits of their ancestors. They're going to play those instruments together and they call the set basan. of their music is all about nature, some is all about birds. They're going to play a Bollywood song which means bird song.
Ito yung suot nila, baby. Yun ang suotin mo pa over na.
Sige, suotin ko.
Okay, so they also have an arrowing, and the arrowing is made out a piece of a palm tree that they put some beeswax to adjust the sounds. They play the arrowing using the vibration of the mouth.
The sound siya mo, sleep.
Okay, sa dila Richard.
Ang galing ah.
Nakaka-sound nila yun, no?
Ang galing.
Okay.
Very good.
The mom and sir back in the mountain, as I said, they are music lovers. The Palauan tribesmen are also hunter-gatherers. So hunting animals is their source of living in the mountain, and it's part of their diet. And they have two kinds of spears. Okay, so they call this one ligid, and this is surayang. So mom and sir, surayang po is their very special kind of spear. It looks like a harpoon, but they don't use it for fishing. So they use this to kill big animals like wild pigs or baboy ramo. What they do, when their target is already visible, they throw the surayang from a distance. And when the metal presses through the body of their target, it will get stuck because of the two hooks here. When the target tries to run, these two will separate, and the handle will serve as the anchor, ankla. It have a possibility that this handle will hang on the bushes or in the tree. Sasabit sa mga puno or sa mga damo. So that's their smartest way to easy trap the target. If the target is already trapped by sarayang, they're going to use the ligid to kill the target. Ma'am and sir, basically they use sarayang for trapping, and they use ligid for capturing or killing the target. And then back in the mountain, the tribe, they don't use bow and arrow. In the whole Philippines, they are the only tribe who use blow pipes or blow darts. Sapukan in their dialect, din sumpit in Tagalog. Because in the mountain, usually they hunt birds or squirrel. As a hunter, they have their own way on how they imitate or copy the sounds of their target. They have a small piece of bamboo, it's like a whistle, and they call that one tampios. So when their target is already visible, they just need to ready their blowpipes. Ma'am and sir, just look at the drawing because that's their target.
Galing.
Okay, then according to them, they can hit farther than that one. So they can hit 30 meters away. And mama say, whenever they hunt a big animals in the mountain, they put some poison for every tip of their darts. Sa dulo po ng bala may lason. Their poison is coming from plant. One of the ingredients of their poison came from this plant po. So they call this plant dita. They collect the sap or the resin of this, and then they mix it with other plants. They cook it in a slow fire to make a poison effective. And their poison is powerful. Once they use darts with poison, the target will die after a few minutes. But they can safely eat the meat. They just wash it to running water and they cook it. So that's the wonder of nature. But if they accidentally hit human, it's either you or them, just say goodbye. There's no antidote to the poison that they made until now. So in here, we are not allowing them to shoot animals anymore. Since they're here in city, we have a lot of market here po. So there, they can buy their needs in one. So from your entrance fee, half of your entrance fee goes to the tribe po. So they have a share on that. And from that donation box later, we will going to open that. They have a food allowance on that also. They use it to buy their needs in ones in the market. Okay, so now, we're here at the last part of our cultural sharing. So the last part, he's going to show to you how they make fire in the mountain. The process called santikan, which means to strike or friction. And they use a piece of metal, bakal, buhay na bato or flintstone, native cotton, and dry grasses po. He just need to transfer it in the dry grass when the smoke is already visible. Then you just need to blow it harder until he created bigger fire. So ma'am and sir, until now, they use that process po. That's their fastest way of making fire. Even though we have matches or lighters for now po, they still use that process.
Ang galing.
They
Ayan
used to
na.
it po. It's easy for them to do it. Okay, so in the mountain, they don't have electricity, so they have their native torch. 1 foot of this, it can last 3 to 5 nights. This is a pure sap. Inside po, they just wrap it with leaves. Dagta din ng puno. They also believe that the smoke of this, it can drive away the bad spirits and bad lucks po. It can cure illnesses like if you have a headache, stomach ache, aromatherapy, and insect repellent of them. So later po, I will go around. Masa ba ito, gaman? Okay, then try to smell the smoke po. Mom and sir, the smoke of this, it smells good. It smells like an incense po. Mabango siya.
Ay, ang bango.
Bango, may amoy siya. May after, meron siyang after na ano, scent.
Okay, then Mama Sir, that's all for our cultural sharing. If you want to know more information like how this livelihood program started, at the back po we have a lot of information. Then if you want to donate, we have our donation box here. And also, if you're a coffee lover, we have a coffee shop in the garden. Therefore, you can try it for Jesus Elizabeth Coffee or Alamid. If you want to try the crocodile meat po, like crocodile sisig and adobo, you can also try it there po, back in the garden. If you want to purchase their product po, like their native torch, is available there po at the souvenir shop in the garden also. Okay, so, by the way, Ma'am and Sir, yung mga gamit nyo po, please.
So guys, tapos na yung cultural sharing nila. At babalik na kami sa aming service van for our next destination. Bye!